Hi, welcome back to Geology Bridging. I'm hoping you enjoyed the first lesson and you're looking forward to another lesson in A-level geology. The next lesson I'd like you to do is about this location, Fire Island. It doesn't really exist. I've made it up for the purpose of this lesson, but that's not the point, because your job is to save the lives of the citizens of Fire Island, because they share their home with a dangerous volcano, which, as you'll see in a minute, is about to erupt. Now, you need to do two things. First of all, I'd like you to watch a video which follows immediately, which explains the task. And then in the second video, that outlines the correct answer. And the correct answer is the only strategy which could be followed to save the lives of the people of Fire Island. So good luck. This is Fire Island, the very image of a tropical paradise. Owing to its hot all year round climate and beautiful beaches, it is a very popular tourist resort. Fire Island is home to just over 100,000 people who mainly live in 6 towns: Lava Pool, Crater Bay, Hot Springs, Turboport, St. Helens and Ventsville. Volcano Bay is another major town on the mainland just across the sea. However, the residents of Fire Island also share their home with a dangerous volcano, which after 200 years of dormancy has come back to life. The terrified islanders have demanded action, and over the last several weeks, a team of geologists have been investigating the renewed volcanic activity. On the 1st of July, a report on the current state of the volcano was published. It wasn't good news. The volcano has an eruption cycle of 200 to 300 years, which explains the renewed activity. Mapping of the volcano has revealed that during previous eruptions, several dangerous volcanic hazards had occurred, which would threaten the citizens of the island if the volcano was to erupt again. These include pyroclastic flows, incandescent clouds of hot ash and magma which collapse down the flanks of the volcanoes at speeds of up to 100 miles an hour. Caught in the path of a pyroclastic flow, everything is burnt to a cinder. Also lahars, which flow down the river valleys and blanket wide areas in a thick layer of hot mud. And previous eruptions had left behind thick deposits of ash. Mapping also revealed 2 large landslide scars, which proved during previous eruptions parts of the volcano collapsed, and ominously a large scar was beginning to develop on the western flank. This tear in the volcano could cause another massive landslide if the volcano erupted again. The report also stated that seismic activity caused by the movement of underground magma revealed that the magma chamber was colossal, 1.6 to 1.8 cubic kilometers. This was highly significant because it demonstrated that if all of the magma inside the chamber was ejected during the blast, then the size of the resultant volcanic hazards could be predicted. For instance, pyroclastic flows would travel up to 13 kilometers from the vent. Lahars would cover floodplains and up to 1 meter thick of mud 52 kilometers from the vent, and depending on the direction of wind, ashfall up to 1 meter in thickness could be deposited up to 82 kilometers from the volcano. 1 meter of ashfall is devastating. If it accumulated on roofs, the weight of the ash would cause buildings to collapse, and 1 meter of ash would easily put an airport out of action for many months. The report concluded that the volcano was likely to erupt in the next 72 to 86 hours. This prediction was based on 3 lines of evidence. Firstly, there'd been an increase in the magnitude and the frequency of earthquakes. The earthquakes were also becoming increasingly shallow as magma was moving up the vent towards the crater. Secondly, the movement of magma upwards was increasing the quantity and the different types of gases recorded at the surface. But the observation which gave the geologists most confidence in their prediction was the appearance of a lava dome inside the crater. Lava domes are upstanding plugs of relatively cold magma, and their appearance inside a crater usually means that the volcanic eruption is no more than 3 to 4 days away. So, what is your role in this activity? Well, very simply, what I'd like you to do is to decide which of the towns on Fire Island and elsewhere must be evacuated due to the likely scale of the predicted volcanic hazards. To enable you to make the correct decision, you must very carefully study the geological report. You also need to study this table, which shows the population for each town, the population of residents who live on the floodplain, and the elevation of each town. You also need to decide where are you going to evacuate the residents to. You can study all the relevant information on this particular slide. I would also like you to notice the map as well on the top left-hand corner. Superimposed onto it are arrows which show the likely direction of wind on the day of the volcano. You need to think about wind direction, particularly in relation to which towns could be covered in ash, and what about that airport? Is it going to be usable? Good luck. You have 72 hours to make sure your plan works, and don't mess it up. Lives depend on it.